This is where you're going to learn the ins and outs of cold calling or circle prospecting, it's called, different neighborhoods. You can pick neighborhoods that are either luxury neighborhoods, a million plus. You can pick lower ones, whatever the case may be, it doesn't matter. Picking the neighborhood is, some people do expired, some do FSBO, all this different stuff. There's a lot of different things to go about it, a lot of different ways, foreclosures. I specifically do just, they're called geo leads. I just do random neighborhoods is what I do. I've been doing this for 2 years. So again, my name is Patrick Anderson, and I've only been an agent for 3 years. I'm still semi-green, but I've been cold calling for 2 years now. I started cold calling with only 200 people in my database. I was actually with Keller Williams, and the whole Keller motto is to get the sphere of influence and just continue going around and around with the same people, it seems like. But I knew there was some other way. I knew that I needed to make a change. I knew that I wanted to build a large database, and that's what I've done. I'm following Ricky Carruth. Ricky Carruth's a mentor of mine. I could call him on the phone if I want. I got his cell phone and all that. I've watched his content and followed him for quite a while. He's a massive inspiration to me, and I'm so thankful for Ricky Carruth. I started with 200 people in my database my first couple months in real estate. Now I'm up to 2,300 people, and I'm continuing to grow. Probably 90% of those are 90% of those are homeowners as well. So those are homeowner leads. The primary purpose of these live sessions are to show agents how easy it is to make these calls, and to show that anyone can become a lead generating magnet. That's what this is. This is a lead generating activity. If they stick to their habits, only if you stick to your habits are you able to accomplish this, and continuing to add and continuing to build that business of yours. Most agents will never admit this, but they are scared to make calls. They're specifically scared of something called call reluctance, okay? Call reluctance is when an agent experiences anxiety from making calls because of all the no's and because of all the bad attitudes and this and that. And hey, I'm just letting you guys know, 90% of what you're going to see probably today and what you're going to experience yourself are no's. There's 90% are no's, hangups, bad attitudes. You're going to get sworn at, cussed at, all of it. We're gonna grow we're gonna thicken up our skin a little bit through this process, okay? But it takes time. It takes time. All greatness takes time, baby. Before I begin my session, and before you begin your session, we need to keep this one thing in mind, that it's nothing personal. When these people hang up on you, when they swear at you, it's nothing personal. We don't know these people, right? We don't have any clue who these people are. We will never meet these people. So we need to get in that mindset of that long-term mentality, and to understand that this is nothing personal, okay? We're out here trying to build something beautiful for us, build something beautiful for our family, for our team, whatever the case may be, okay? Before I begin my session, I already said, okay, so we are here to build relationships and not to force a transaction. We are not a high pressure salespeople. We are relationship builders. People over profit, period. I have around 20 prospecting sessions every single month. That's Monday to Friday, I cold call. And my goal is to at least add 5 people every single day, or reach 200 calls, whatever comes first, okay? So I either do five contacts, or I get 200 calls done, whichever comes first, then I'm done. You might be asking, well, why do you call so little? It seems like a lot of other people are doing a lot more. Here's the deal. I only do 5 contacts or 200 calls because I know the secret. The secret is by implementing small compounding habits every single day. These are small compounding success habits. All these people that are, you probably come across an agent that puffs out their chest and says, yeah, I make 800 calls, or I make 1,000 calls a day. Yeah, right. Okay. I'd like to have a conversation with that individual, because they probably only do that once a month, two times, 3 times a month. I'd like to see that happen. These are small compounding successes. We want to do 20 sessions. We want Monday through Friday, 4 weeks out of a month, right? So here's the deal. I only do 5 contacts or 200 calls because I know the secret. If you can stick to this daily routine of 5 contacts a day, you're going to be able to add 100 contacts to your database, and over 5,000 contacts. These are homeowners. These are leads. These are relationships, right? That you've built up, that you've talked to these people and you continue to send them things, right? 5,000 people in your database in just 4 years. It takes 4 years. Think about how crazy your life would be changed in that amount of time,
Yep.
and your family. Okay. The impact of these small compounding habits is absolutely massive in the long run. This is not about a short-term strategy. This is a long-term business. If you look at your business as a short-term run, then that's exactly what it's going to be, and it's probably going to fizzle out. Okay. This is a long-term strategy and a long-term business. My follow-up for each and every person I come in contact with is the same, and it's consistent. I start with the text message. After I talk with these individuals, say I talk to a guy named Carl, right? I talk to Carl. I send him a text. I send him an email if I were to get the email. I send him a love note in the mail with my business card and with a magnet as well. Okay. After that, what I do is I take their email and I put them on a system called HomeBot. HomeBot is a valuation technology. It's HOMEBOT, HomeBot. It sends them automatic valuation email every single month. It's an incredible system. People love it. The open rates on HomeBot are like 60%. It's insane. And then
Nice.
I also put them on a constant contact newsletter. Okay. So the constant contact newsletter, if you ever would like to see my newsletter, I can forward that to you. You can drop your email in the chat as well, and any other questions that you have. I wanted to mention before we get started, if you have any questions whatsoever and you would like to connect with me personally, please DM me at Patrick T. Anderson _ Patrick T. Anderson _ on Instagram. And I would love to, I'd love to connect with you. I also have the WhatsApp and stuff like that. So we're connected on that. Okay. So today we're going to be calling, a few days ago, I pulled, Lighthouse Point. Lighthouse Point is our area. It's our region that we're going to be calling. Last week I did Parkland. Okay. I finished that list, but this week it's going to be,
Parking was fun, huh?
we're doing Lighthouse Point, baby. Parkland was good, man. There was
Yeah.
a lot of good contacts from Parkland. It's quite a ways up north, but
Yeah.
I say up north like it's up in Minnesota or something.
It's okay. Yeah.
All right.
Different. Yeah. And guys, Patrick and I work together, so yeah,
Yep.
we're gonna be doing multiple different sessions on different stuff, like working in teams.
Yep.
Because working in teams, when you have a certain skill set and another person that lives the skill set, you can do phenomenal things.
Mm-hmm.
So just take some notes. Patrick, go in, ask questions as well too, guys, because he's gonna crush it. Man's a beast.
Just be comfortable. Be comfortable on the phone, It's like we're talking to our friends out here, And if they don't want to talk, we're interviewing these people as well. Just remember that.
The ABC telephone number.
Let me know if you can hear it.
Yeah, we're good here. You're good.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, Mr. Wan?
Yes?
Mr. Wan, this is Patrick Anderson here. And I'm sorry, can you hear me all right?
Who are you?
Yeah, good question. I would ask the same. This is Patrick Anderson here. I know this call's totally out of the blue, but I was just talking to some of the neighbors briefly. Not far from you guys, there's a...
Neighbors where?
What's that?
Well, neighbors where?
Lighthouse Point there, 29th Avenue.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so not far from you guys, there's a property that just went on the market, and I'm a local realtor here in the area. Just wanted to check in and, see if there was anything in the world I could do for you guys or anyone else you might know. So.
I appreciate your call, but no, we don't need anything. Thank you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Down the road, I wanted to ask you quick, down the road, if anything else were to change for you, I'd be more than honored to be a valuable resource any way that I could. Is that all right if I follow up in the future?
Patrick, I appreciate it, but a very dear friend of ours has helped us with all of our real estate needs, probably for the past 5 years. So
Gotcha. Okay.
we're very loyal to him. He's very loyal to us, and I think you'll understand and appreciate that.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, hey, thank you so much, Mr. Juan. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Have a good day. Happy New Year.
Yeah. Take care. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Good. That was a good conversation. I don't, a lot of agents have other techniques. You know, I could have gone in and said, hey, would you like a backup realtor if anything happened to this other one? Hello? I don't do that. If they say they're working with someone or they, a family member, then I typically just, I
Respect
just
it.
move on to the next. Yeah. I don't really waste my time with that.
Respect them.
Your call has been forwarded.
Oh, shoot. We got to end this here.
I
Hello? Okay, we
I think
got
you should
it's starting to stutter here. What's that?
touch on the mindset of staying calm and just like having a conversation. Because one of the biggest things, especially for me, when I got into cold calling, it was more so like, dang, I want to go ahead and start talking really, really fast, thinking that they're not gonna hear
Yeah.
me. But just gotta like really, it's all in your head.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
touch
it's all
on
in your
that.
head. And one thing we need to get out of our head too with cold calling is the thought that we're going to get a sale here. That's the biggest thing is thinking we're going to make a sale here, I think that a lot of other a lot of other coaches kind of put that in there with their scripting and all this crap is like, yeah, you got to like force them to make a sale or something, and they immediately get that vibe. They do not like that. That's like a car salesman vibe. We're here to build a relationship and have a pleasurable conversation, So having the mindset that, hey, this is our future friend, this is someone that I know, is and talking clear, talking slowly, matching them though with how they talk. If a guy is talking really fast, I'm not going to talk slow. I'm going to talk fast. I'm going to match him, right? So that's called mirror, reflecting, reflection on what.
Your call has been forwarded to an
But if a woman is like if a woman's really quiet and she answers like, hello, I'm not going to say, hey, this is Patrick,
I'm sorry, the person you were trying
I'm going to
to
say,
reach
hey, this is Patrick, and have just a mirror. You guys know what I'm talking about.
You've reached the voicemail of Terry Hefner.
Hefner, okay.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic.
Oh, did I already say we're in Lighthouse Point? Yeah, I think I said that a few times. I don't know. Sometimes it takes time, okay? Sometimes it takes time to get someone on the phone.
Hello, this is Jay Bevilacqua.
It really just depends. It's really just a gamble, okay?
Yeah.
It's like we're going, you guys,
Your call has been
has
forwarded
anyone here been to the casino before? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, Mr. Corrado?
Hello.
Yeah, Mr. Corrado.
Who are you looking for?
Oh,
Who are you looking for?
yeah, the Corrado family over on 48th there, 48th Street in Lighthouse Point.
Who's calling?
Yeah, so this is Patrick Anderson here. And I know this call is totally out of the blue, but I was just talking with some of your neighbors. Not far from you, there's a property that just went on the market, and I'm a local realtor here in the area.
Hey, not interested. Not interested. Bye.
All right, take care. That was a kid. Another
but
number.
you always keep
Customer
cool.
you have called.
You can tell when it's a kid, like someone where they don't even own the property.
Your call has been forwarded to an.
What'd you say, Omi? Sorry.
I said I love how you always keep your cool. Like
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, Mr. Hurt?
Yeah, how can I help you?
Yeah, hey, this is Patrick Anderson here. And I'm sorry, can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, hey, I know this call is totally out of the blue here, but I was just chatting with some of your neighbors briefly. Not far from you, there's a property that just went on the market, and I'm a local realtor here in the area. Just wanted to check in, and see if there was anything in the world I could do for you guys or anyone else you might know. Not sure if you had any future plans down the road. So,
Yeah, no, we're pretty well set here.
yeah,
Yeah, we're not going anywhere.
yeah.
So
No,
we're good for now.
yeah, it seems like most of the people around here, they stay in this area for quite some time, don't they?
Absolutely. Yep.
Awesome, man.
Not a problem.
Yeah, well, hey, you know what? If
All right.
anything else, yeah, if anything else were to change, if something crazy happened, man, I'd be honored to be a valuable resource any way that I could. Is that okay if I pop in and out down the road?
Yeah, I doubt we're going anywhere in the near future.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. And I'm sorry,
Pretty happy.
and this is Mr. Hurt as well, right? I didn't get your first name, I'm sorry.
It's Rob.
Oh, okay, Rob. Awesome, Rob. I'm gonna go ahead, just so you know that I'm a real person, Rob. I'm just gonna go ahead and pop over a little email to you. What's the best email for you, Rob?
That's all right. I think we're good for now. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, hey, thank you so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the evening
Okay.
now.
All right, take care. Bye.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye. Okay, it's totally fine when they don't give you the email. That's okay, because you have their phone number. That's a huge piece of information as it is. So you have he didn't give me the email, but I'm still gonna jot this down because it was a valuable conversation and someone I can put in my database. That's one contact right there. And then I'll add, I'll write down their address, write down their name and number, okay? Because we want to still send them that little card in the mail, right? And I typically want to send those cards out. When I send a card in the mail, I want to send it out on the first day, okay? I don't want to wait till tomorrow because I don't even remember who Rob is right now. And I just got done talking to him, So you immediately start to forget about these people and you want to send them immediately. Boom, take action, do your admin work after your calls and send them your info, okay?
Cool. I got a question, Patrick.
Yep.
Somebody asked about CRM. So, what CRM we use? We use Chime, but also we both had used Follow Up Boss before.
So Follow Up Boss is a good system.
Yes, deployed Northlead. I'm not available. Please.
Follow Up Boss, I would say if anyone could purchase one, I'd say Follow Up Boss. They have a great system.
I would say so too.
It's
I would say
$70 a month. Yeah, $70.
You can't beat that.
Great.
Follow Up Boss is really good.
Forwarded to an
You don't need a crazy CRM that does like everything.
Hello?
Please leave your message for
If you have a CRM that that can text, you can send auto emails and stuff, you're good.
Yep. Get on an auto email or get on an auto text system. That's why Chime is so nice, or KV Core, one of these guys, is because they have the texting. The texting technology is huge,
Oh yeah, you need a good CRM.
Hello?
hello.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, my name's Patrick Anderson here. I'm sorry, your number's tied onto a property on 29th Avenue in Lighthouse Point, if you're familiar.
Yeah, but what do you want?
Yeah. So real quick, like I said, my name's Patrick, and I was just talking to some of the neighbors there in Lighthouse Point. Not far from you guys, there's a property that went on the market, and I'm a realtor in the area. Just wanted to check in and see if there was anything in the world that. Yeah, I know she was gonna hang up. Okay, so sometimes the name doesn't pop up on here as well, so you gotta figure out what to say. And so I just talk about the address on there and say, hey, it looks like it's an investor, okay? And so it's like, hey, are you the owners over on? You just gotta, I don't know, you gotta figure out what to say to them. I usually just ask about that property, and sometimes you can get them in a conversation, but. Hello? Sometimes, typically investors are tough conversations. They like to hang up and they get hounded by so many realtors. Some of these people we talk to some of them haven't talked to a realtor in 5 years, and we want to talk to those people, right?
You know, it's pretty cool.
Forwarded to an automatic voice.
I know how you was talking about like having a good CRM too, because I got an email from this guy that I think I spoke to him probably like months ago, like the ending of last year or something. And he messaged me to call him.
Hello, Mr. William.
Please leave your message
Oh
for
yeah, he messaged me to call him, and it was through the CRM by sending him emails, following up with your with your
call has been
database.
forwarded to an auto.
Yeah.
You have to be big on building your database, bro. You got to talk to people every day. You have to.
If you get their email,
Yeah.
make sure to send over that intro email to them so they have your email. They're going to get that text message from you, okay? They're going to get that love letter in the mail from you. That is huge because no other realtors do that. They send out these postcards that are all generated, automated.
Oh my God.
There's no one available to take your call right.
But when you get a handwritten letter from someone, hello?
Please leave your message for.
And this is it. This is it. Just something like this off Canva. I buy these off Canva. It's
Damn.
like, dude, it's like $70. And you know, I just write a little handwritten letter.
It's the picture, bro.
Hello?
Por favor, deje su mensaje.
It's the photo that does it.
Yeah, it's the photo, bro. Looking at James Bond.
Like I'm pulling out a gun or something.
Yeah. Pulling out some CMAs.
Patience.
5, 4.
This is all patience in the process. The first couple months of cold calling, you're gonna be trying to pull out your hair, but just remember patience. This is a long-term game, long-term. Yeah, Mr. Braun?
Hello?
Oh, Mr. Braun?
Who's calling?
Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
No, not really. I can't really hear you.
Oh, oh, I can hear you. This is Patrick Anderson here. Can you hear me better now?
Okay, who are you?
Yeah, so I know this call is totally out of the blue, but I was just talking with some of your neighbors here briefly. Not far from you guys, there's a property that actually went on the market, and I'm a local realtor in the area. Just wanted to check in and, see if there was anything in the world I could do for you guys or anyone else you might know. So,
No, you can't do anything. Stop calling me.
okay, gotcha. If anything, sometimes then, okay, so if they get annoyed, then I ask them a question. I say, hey, if anything crazy happened down the line, would you happen to have a good hardworking agent you'd work with, But you're gonna get it. You're gonna get F-bombs. You're gonna get stop calling me. You're a scammer. Stop calling me. Solicitator. Listen.
Hello?
Yeah, Mr. Sullivan?
Speaking.
Mr. Sullivan, this is Patrick Anderson here. And I'm sorry, can you hear me better now?
Yeah, a little bit. Go
Okay,
ahead.
awesome. Yeah. Well, I know this call is totally out of the blue and everything, but I was just chatting with some of your neighbors briefly. Not far from you guys, there's a property that went on the market, and I'm a local realtor here in the area. Just want to check in and, see if there was anything in the world I could do for you or anyone else you might know. So,
And who is this what is this local property?
yeah. So, 2831 there, 47th.
Okay. We're
Yeah.
not interested in buying or selling.
Sure. Yeah, no, and I guess I wasn't asking, right now or anything, but dang it. Hung up on me. That's all right.
Keep going.
And you're gonna get frustrated, man. You're gonna get there's times I get 8 contacts, there's times I get 2 contacts. So just remember, anybody who's doing this, even if they've been 10 years in the business, they're going through the same thing. They're going through the same exact thing. But only a small percentage of realtors really continue this habit of cold calling like this. Hello?
Please leave your message for now.
Andy's. There has been an error and the property you called is no longer.
but I just what I do is usually during my session, okay, I'll take these postcards, I'll write the postcard, okay, while the session's going on. And you're gonna get really good at being able to see the contact on there and be able to kind of
Oh,
Yeah, Mrs. Rossi?
hello?
Mrs. Rossi, can you hear me? Rossi?
Yes.
Yeah, hey, how are you? This is Patrick Anderson here. I'm sorry, can you hear me all right?
I don't recognize you. Who are you?
Oh, yeah, no, we've never met before actually, but my name is Patrick, and I was talking to some of your neighbors here in Lighthouse Point. Not far from you guys, there's actually a property that went on the market, and I'm a local realtor here in the area. Just wanted to check in and
Yeah,
see if what?
I don't sell my property.
Yeah, no, and I wasn't asking to sell your property at all. I guess I was just seeing, down the road, if anything crazy were to happen, I'd be honored to be a valuable resource any way I could. Is that okay if I follow up down the road?
But what happened?
What's that?
What happened?
Yeah, down the road.
What are you calling me for?
Oh, I was just seeing, okay, so if you ever needed a good realtor down the road, someone to help you in real estate, I would love to be a valuable resource.
No, I got a real estate. I got already. I got a lot of friends in the real estate. I'm sorry.
Oh, you have a lot of friends in real estate?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, you know what? I hear that a lot of realtors are leaving the business. I'd love to be a good backup for you if anything changed down the road. Is that okay if I stay in
But
contact?
anyway, right now I don't have nothing friend really. So I don't
Gotcha.
need anybody. Thank you.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. I
Okay.
appreciate it. Hope you have a great rest of the week. Thank you.
Okay. Hey, you too. Take care.
Okay, bye-bye. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Sandolo?
Is it true?
Oh, Mr. Sandolo?
How can I help you?
Yeah, this is Patrick Anderson here. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, who are you looking for?
Awesome. Yeah, I'm looking for the owners of 48th Street, 2650. It says Mr. Sandolo here.
Oh, no. Wrong number.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you ever have
Not there.
did you ever have a property in Lighthouse Point there, or?
Yeah, I sold it.
Oh, you did. Okay, gotcha. I'm actually a hardworking agent around the area. Just wanted to see if you needed help with anything at all. So I know you guys have probably moved by now,
I'm
but
good. Thank you very much.
okay, thanks so much
we're
anyways.
good.
All right, I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Thank you. Hello?
Hi, you've reached Nene, and I'm not at my phone. Please leave a message. Thank you.
We're getting a really good pickup rate right now. Hello?
Hello, we are not available now.
Your call has been forwarded to an
We're getting a good pickup rate. It's good to call in the evening because of that, because
good
people
time.
are getting off work, But if you Hello?
We are not available now.
If your only time to call is during the daytime or during the morning, then call in that time frame because you're gonna have good sessions there too.
Joe?
Yeah, Mr. Pashinsky?
Hello?
Yeah, Mr. Bashinsky?
I think you might have the wrong number.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, your number is actually tied onto a property, 2900 Northeast in Lighthouse Point, if that rings a bell at all.
I've sold that property.
Oh, you did. Gotcha. Yeah, well, my name is Patrick, and I'm actually just a hardworking realtor in the area, so wanted to see if you guys need help with anything. I know you've probably moved on from now though, but
Yeah, we don't own the property.
gotcha. Hey, down the road, if anything else changed for you guys, I'd be honored to be a valuable resource for you. Is that okay if I follow up down the road?
Don't see any need to for a long period of time,
Okay, gotcha.
but you're welcome to follow up.
Awesome. And if I ever came across a screaming deal or anything on a rental, is that something you'd be interested in? Do you have any investments at all, or?
No,
Oh, okay.
not
Awesome.
interested in real estate investment.
All right. Well, hey,
All right, I think we're good for now.
okay, cool.
Thanks for checking in.
Yeah, thanks so much, sir. Take care now.
All right, bye.
Okay, bye-bye. So here's the deal. Sometimes these numbers, these conversations, I didn't even get his last or first name. That's okay. Sometimes these conversations can go somewhere, down the road. Okay. So honestly, when I send this guy a text, I don't know his name at all, but I'll still send him that text message because down the road, let's say I send this guy a text, right? And I don't even know whatever. He said, yeah, you can follow up with me. I'm going to send him a text message anyways, because in 5 months, if he hasn't spoken to any other agents and he needs a realtor in 6 months, he's going to go through his text messages, okay? And he's going to type in on the search bar. He's going to forget our conversation, but what he's going to do, like what you and I would do, is we would type up in the search bar something that we need, right? You would type up in your inbox realtor, right? And what it's going to do, it's going to pull forward that conversation that you had. It's going to send that text message, okay? Especially if they have iPhones. This is how good iPhones are, is you can find anything. So in your follow-up campaign, and I can also forward whoever wants to see the copyright that I do, is sending that text message is really important because they get back to you on that. They could forget your name. They could not save your name. They could forget anything. But what they can do is they can pull forward that piece of data. And that's what we're doing, is we're data senders, is we're sending them that. Okay. So I'll write down his number. I'll write down this guy's number anyways, and I'll send him a follow-up text after my session. Okay. Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Donnellan?
No, I think you have the wrong number.
Oh, goodness gracious. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done the goodness gracious. It took too long. Because I was gonna sneak in, I was gonna say, oh, your number is tied onto this or that, and they're curious, so they stay on the line and listen to that. So whenever they're wrong numbers and they say, oh, I don't know, because you're gonna come across a ton of wrong numbers, ask them about the property. Hello? Mr. and Mrs. Hetu or Hitu?
Sorry, the number you have.
A lot of times you'll find out that they sold that property and their number is just still on it. So, but then you can build that relationship with them, start talking to them. Hey, how do you like it in your new location? How do you like it in your new town you moved to?
Hello, we are.
Sometimes they move to Florida. Sometimes they move to Florida. Sometimes they move to Georgia. Sometimes they'll move to Minnesota, New York. Then you ask, hello?
Hello, we are not.
Then you ask them about New York, right? Hey, do you know any good realtors there? Do you need help with anything at all? Yeah, I'm looking for a property in New York. Okay, let's go. You can get that nice referral smacker. 25%, baby. Or 50.
Your call has been forwarded to an
Hi, it's Wes. Sorry, I missed your call.
Hi, this is Renee. Please leave a message. Thanks. At the tone.
You reached it.
This is a good pickup rate comparable to usually the pickup rates are pretty 10% is a good pickup rate. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, Mr. Powell?
Yes.
Mr. Powell, this is Patrick Anderson here. And I'm sorry, can you hear me all right?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Oh, great, great. Okay, yeah. Hey, real quick, I know it's the evening and all that, but I know I was just talking with some of your neighbors briefly. You know, not far from you guys, there's actually a property that just went on the market, and I'm a local realtor here. Just wanted to check in and see if there was anything in the world I could help you guys out with. Not sure if you had any future plans or anything down the road. So
Well, we're really not in the market to be buyers, and we're not. This is our home. We're not selling it right now.
yeah, no, absolutely. And down the road, if anything, it seems like people stay around here for quite a while. Have you guys been here for a bit, I'm guessing?
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. Down the line, if anything crazy happened, shoot, I'd be honored to be a valuable resource any way that I could. Is that okay if I pop in and out down the road?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Is this Scott too, by the way, I'm guessing?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay, awesome, Scott. Yeah, like I said, my name's Patrick, and I'm with Lifestyle International Realty. Just so you know that I'm a real person and whatnot, I'm gonna go ahead and just pop a little email over to you. What's the best email for you, Mr. Paul?
You can send it to Scott Scott P at rrand.com, rrand.com.
Oh, it's R and then it's RAND.com.
Yeah, two R's, and.com.
Wonderful. Okay, awesome. Is that a business that you own as well, or what's the Rand about?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What kind of what kind of business or industry?
Well, it's just a shell company. I do a lot of different things in it.
Oh, you do. Okay. Yeah, I was just
One
wondering.
thing.
I was just wondering if
Yeah,
there was. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's right now. It's just a conduit to do transaction business primarily at the moment.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I was just seeing if there's any way I could help you out at all with your business as well, or anything that you need. So,
No, I'm in good shape for the most part.
gotcha. Yeah, and don't be afraid to reach out. I'll shoot you a little text with some info as well. And if you ever need a good electrician or a handyman as well, or a lender, anything like that, I can help you out with. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, wonderful. All right. Well, hey, thank you so much, Scott. I hope you guys have a blessed rest of the week now.
All right. Great. Thanks so
All
much.
right.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks so much, sir. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Really loved that conversation,
Yeah, that
that
was a good one.
you can tell that's a friend, that's someone, that's their little pieces of their little diamonds, right? They're little diamonds in the haystack. But when you can find these ones who truly are, he didn't know who the heck I was from Adam when he first answered. He even answered pretty quiet, right? But he could hear my voice. He could tell that I'm a real person. I wanted to point out, just a little parlay here. I wanted to point out, a lot of you guys have heard how I kind of start my script, right? When they answer, they say hello. I say, hey, yeah, is this Mr. Powell? And then they say, yeah. I say, oh, this is Patrick Anderson here. I'm sorry, can you hear me all right? And when you say that, when you ask them a question from the very beginning, especially two questions, you've now asked them, is this Mr. Powell? Yes. Can you hear me all right? Yes. What they're doing is you're able to build relationship. You're actually able to build a faster rapport by asking them some questions and going through that in the beginning. Then when you give them the script, you give them the nice little chunk. Hey, I know this call is totally out of the blue. Listen, I know, Scott, this call is crazy. It is out of the blue, I was just chatting with some of your neighbors. When I say I was just chatting with some of your neighbors, that adds familiarity. They get really comfortable with you then when you say that, because then it's like, oh, like you were talking to like Deb, you were talking to Phil, my neighbor over here. Okay, yeah, I can talk to you. Not sure. then I say, not far from you, there's a property that went on the market, and I'm a local realtor. The reason why I don't come out right out of the gate and tell them, hey, I'm a realtor in your area, I do it 20 seconds later, because then they're able to hear my voice. They're able to hear that I'm a nice person and a good person before I get to the realtor part. Otherwise, they'll just hang up. And I've had it before. You're gonna find your own style, okay? But this is how I do it, and how I build rapport is sounding familiar, sound familiar, sounding like a good person, like someone that, oh wow, I could be friends with this guy. Let me give him my email, you know? It's like, are there any questions, Omi? And I can't see the chat, but
Let me check right now. Let me see. No recent ones that I see.
hello?
Neil Bronson.
What questions you guys have?
I think they put a bunch of emails, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so emails.
Hi, this is Peter Callahan. I can't get to the phone right now, but if you leave a message.
Shakisha.
Huh?
Yeah. Oh, hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is Patrick Anderson here. And I'm sorry, can you hear me all right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I know this call is totally out of the blue, but I was just chatting with some of your neighbors. Not far from you guys, there's a property that went on the market, and I'm a local realtor in the area. Just wanted to check in and, see if there was anything in the world I could help you guys out with at all.
Nope, I'm okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. What I was gonna say, Shakisha, is that we can. I'm not sure what office are you out of, but finding somebody that also does these calls and being able to do that with them, whether it's in whether it's in a little office room or something like that, and just saying, hey, how about Monday, Wednesday, Fridays we come here at 10 in the morning and do calls, something like that, What do you think about that?
I'm actually working from California, and so any
Oh,
deals that I get, I'm going to be working with another agent. So I'm doing the calls. Of course, I'll help, but I'm trying to partner with somebody else, and maybe I might get on a Google call and just really bang it out for 3-4 hours on the phones and just kind of hold each other accountable. Because I'm kind of in the early stages. I've been very resistant, but I'm finally like being consistent. I just kind of wanted some people to kind of, it's a lot easier to get through the day when you have people there,
oh, of
and
course.
you're kind
Yeah.
of encouraging each other. Yeah.
Yeah, we need accountability. We need that for sure. That's definitely something that I'd be open to as well, in just getting those calls in, or just saying, or just hey, how many emails did you get today, or how many how many contacts did you do, or how many whatever. I'm actually up in Minnesota right now, and Omi and I are partners, and so I've been calling down to Florida for the past 6 months, and I just got licensed in Florida too, so just recently.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, so go ahead, just hit me up and we can figure something out. I'm sure of that. So okay, let's see. All right, we can do a few. Should we do a few more, Omi, and then be good?
Yeah. Knock
Okay.
out a few.
What time is it? Oh yeah, okay, 5 minutes we got.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic. Hello?
Yeah, Mrs. Cincy?
Who is this, please?
Yeah, this is Patrick Anderson here. And I'm sorry, can you hear me all right?
No,
Oh, you can't? Can you hear me better now?
no.
Okay, well, here, you know what? I know this call is totally out of the blue, but I was just chatting with. I think she was playing games. You're playing games, Mrs. Cincy. I don't like it. Isn't there a business called Sensi? I think it's Sensi. It's like a. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, Lewis?
What?
Oh, Mr. Cincy?
What?
I'm looking for Mr. Cincy.
You looking for who?
Man, not playing that.
You hung up on him?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's another tip. You can hang up on people.
Hey, in any other business, if you don't own the business, you can hang up on people. Or if no, on the businesses that we own, you own your own company, you can hang up on people if you don't like what's happening, okay?
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to do that. We are interviewing the people as well. So if someone has, and he didn't have a bad attitude or whatever, but I just wasn't playing it. If hello?
Hello, please leave your message.
If somebody ever has a bad attitude or anything like that, you can hang up on them as well, okay? Don't let them control your emotions. Don't let these things control your emotions or control your call session. Just hang up. If someone starts to get snippy on you, you don't need to deal with that, right? Because we're interviewing these people as well. Just remember that. I just want to have one more good conversation, and then we should be good. Hello?
Hi, this is Vicky. I can't come.
Hello?
Please leave your message for. Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Mrs. A jockey? Hello?
You have reached the law offices of Amy Michaels. Please leave a message. Your call has been forwarded to an.
Hello? Mr. Mrs. Schieffer?
Hello?
Yeah, Mr. Schieffer?
Who's this?
Yeah, this is Patrick Anderson here. And I'm sorry, can you hear me all right?
Not really, but I can hear you a little bit.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, hey, I know this call's totally out of the blue and whatnot, but I was just chatting with some of your neighbors. Not far from you, there's a property that just went on the market, and I'm a local realtor here in the area. Just want to check in, and see if there was anything in the world I could help you guys out with. Not sure if you guys had any future plans or anything down the road.
I'm not
So
buying anything, and I'm not selling anything.
yeah, no doubt. If anything crazy were to change in the future, I'd be honored to be a valuable resource.
I'm telling you, you're not listening to me. And I don't do business over the phone, so lose this number, whoever you are.
Yeah. All right. That was the last good conversation.
Way
That was good.
to end the call. You just hang up.
Way to end the
That's
call. Okay, so if anyone has any questions, they can go ahead and ask any questions they have. We just open up this last maybe 10 minutes for some discussion. Otherwise, we'll see you next week. Next Monday is another time that we're going to do this as well. So appreciate all of you for coming on, and I hope you have a blessed rest of the week. Okay?
Let's go.
All right. Take care. Hope you got some value out of this.
For sure. Patrick, there's a question that says any good source for lead.
Yep. Any good source for leads? Yeah. So that's the thing is these are all the leads. These are all the leads off of Redex, which is the dialer. That's where I get all of my That's where I get all of my leads from. Yeah. So do you think after 5 is the best time to call? Yeah, no, I would think that sometime after 4 o'clock is the best time. When it comes into like when it gets into like 3, 4, 5 o'clock. Yeah, thank you so much, Christina, and thank you. How do you say that name? Lurlin? Earlin? I'm sorry. But thank you so much. I appreciate that. I think anytime, 3, 4, 5 o'clock is really good. The evening is excellent. Sometimes though, we're a little bit tired in the evening, so we don't want to make those calls, but so it takes a little bit more oomph to, put yourself on the phone, right? But the morning's a great time too. I mean, the morning's a great session. It's just going to be longer calling. You're going to be calling for a little bit longer because less people, I believe, are going to pick up. So that was, yeah, I hope that answered your question. So,
Good
and then what
stuff.
CRM? I use Chime. Okay, so I'm with the Aventura office, and they have Chime. They have Chime available for the agents there. And thank you, Michelle. I appreciate you, Michelle. Yeah, so they have Chime with that, but Follow Up Boss is a great one as well. And Follow Up Boss is a good one too. So
I think that was all the questions.
I'm gonna copy and paste these emails here.
All right, Pat, I'm gonna hop off because I got another Zoom. I got 3 Zoom calls I need to hop
All
on.
right, gotcha. Hey, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you.
All right, guys. Thanks for hopping on.